Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12 this morning.
We are continuing to track the Dillon fire this morning, which continues to burn in Siskiyou County along with other fires around the region. The Dillon fire is holding at 2,134 acres with 0% containment. The cause is still under investigation. Thank you for joining us for Newswatch 12 this morning. I'm Carlos Murrieta. The flames are burning in steep, rugged terrain near T-Bar, just north of Sums Bar. Highway 96 remains open for now, but officials warn that could change quickly. Dillon Creek Campground is closed, and with Labor Day weekend nearby, residents and visitors are urged to stay alert for any new closures. And we are also tracking the Emigrant Fire, which is burning in the Willamette National Forest, is now more than 7,700 acres, and this fire is just north of the Klamath County border and is most likely impacting air quality. Hot and windy conditions are keeping the fire active, and the National Forest says that thunderstorms will add to the fire's growth. Now let's go ahead and check in with Storm Tracker 12 meteorologist Sarah Kress for a closer look at the evacuations at the Dillon fire. And Sarah, how are we looking this morning?
This morning, no big changes as what we saw yesterday, but we still have evacuation orders in place, which means go now. You should no longer be in that area. You are in immediate danger. So 4 zones, we're tracking with that. And also north of Somes Bar, we're seeing multiple evacuation warnings in place, which does mean know of the danger in your area and be ready to leave at a moment's notice if you do have that upgraded. Now, as of this morning, the Dillon fire sitting at 2,134 acres, so some growth compared to yesterday, and that's contributing to a lot of smoke in our area, on top of the Emigrant fire, which is now burning at 7,764 acres. Yesterday, we saw lots of smoke move into the area, and we can track that again throughout the day today and expect that. So again, for a full list of evacuations, evacuation routes, make sure you're downloading our app to stay updated. As soon as we know of these alerts, we're making sure you guys know as well. Now, air quality as of this morning, not looking too great in a few different areas. Areas into our west side valleys dealing with anywhere from moderate to unhealthy, like in Shady Cove, even areas like Central Point and Eagle Point dealing with unhealthy air quality values this morning. But as we move east side, Klamath Falls at moderate, Chillicothe is right on the cusp of the unhealthy for sensitive groups and unhealthy, and even into Northern California where Happy Camp is at unhealthy. So throughout the day, expect periods of poor air quality and some improvements at time. Maybe later in the day we could see some improvement, but right downwind from those fires, that's where we're going to expect to see most of that smoke. Now, today, if you're heading out to the bus stop, do be mindful of air quality, but also temperatures will be into the 60s, a bit more comfortable than where we'll be sitting later today. We're into the Rogue Valley, temperatures remaining rather hot into the 90s, but we'll be keeping a close eye in for thunderstorms as well, but better chances today for those storms really are going to be areas east side along the Cascades, and they are going to be a bit more isolated to spotty and not quite as numerous as what we saw yesterday. So we do have a red flag warning in place today that is going to be along the Cascades east side and into eastern Siskiyou County, and we'll be keeping a close eye on new fire starts later today and tracking out holdover fires from this morning. Now, today we are expecting it to be a little bit warmer, especially areas over east side as well. We'll have a closer look around the rest of the region of what you can expect for your Wednesday and the days ahead coming up in your next forecast.
And right now, you're taking a live look out at Grants Pass by the Tap Rock Northwest Grill, where we have been seeing a lot of smoke affecting our air quality. And with multiple wildfires burning across our state, a lot of that smoke has been coming from the Emigrant fire. And although the smoke has been obvious to see, the impacts on our health may not be. Experts say breathing in smoke can sometimes feel like a common cold, making it easy to miss the real cause.
Your eyes may start to burn, sneezing, running nose, your throat will hurt, so it will feel very scratchy or like it's burning. But definitely you'll start to sneeze as well. Headaches are really common when the air quality is this bad.
Recommend limiting outside, keep your windows closed, and use air filters if possible. Paying attention to these early warning signs can help you protect your health during these smoky conditions. And a power outage at the Robert A. Duff water treatment plant yesterday morning resulted in many cities across the Rogue Valley being placed under an emergency water restriction. Now, Medford Water says these restrictions will remain in place until noon today to allow reservoir levels to recover. Non-essential use like lawn irrigation, car washing, and filling pools is prohibited. Now, this impacts Medford, Central Point, Eagle Point, Phoenix, Talent, Jacksonville, and White City. Officials emphasize that the water is safe to drink and indoor use is still allowed. And these water restrictions are impacting several businesses and organizations in the Rogue Valley. Newswatch 12's Oscar Rodriguez spoke with a local car detailing business to see how these restrictions are impacting them.
Due to water restrictions placed in Medford today has affected many businesses like Liquid Nectar Mobile Detailing. For owner John Shields, a recent graduate from Ashland High School, said with these new water restrictions that affects his business in a big way.
Depending how long this lasts, I can only just do interior details for now. And even then, I mean, I use water to clean floor mats, so that could be difficult for me.
John told me he already alerted his clients that he won't be able to do an exterior wash on their cars.
I just contacted the next 2 days because, I mean, that would be really unfortunate if it expanded past those 2 days. But
due to the water restrictions going on at the moment, it affects the quality of work for John's mobile detailing business as he has to change to a water diluted spray instead of using his pressure washer. This plays a big issue for him, providing the best quality of his work to his clients and changing ways on how he can work on people's cars. Just even cleaning the rims without water, it won't make it as clean.
They require a lot of power washing to get all this brake dust on here. Without that, I can't get it off. I'm able to get some of the loose brake dust off, but like this staining right here, I would need water.
Without water, John says he has to use a rag to clean it off, but that can potentially cause scratches to the rims.
As for my business, I mean, I can't really do anything with the exterior. Can't clean wheels, but yeah, it would be really hard.
He uses his own personal cars to carry his own supplies and currently saving for a mobile detail van. From Medford, I'm Oscar Rodriguez.
The recreational use advisory placed on Odell Lake in Klamath County has now been lifted. The Oregon Health Authority originally issued the advisory back in August 14th due to toxic algae. Now, toxic levels are below recreational guidelines for people. OHA says the water is still considered unsafe for dogs and advises pet owners to keep their pets away from the lake. A closer look at OHA's statement and warning signs to look out for can be found on KDRV.com. And continuing coverage on a lease dispute between the Josephine Community Library and County Commissioners, the library has announced their counteroffer to the amendment made by commissioners, which says they can terminate their lease at any time. In the library's new lease proposal, they are asking for a termination of cause, which means that both sides must give a valid reason for terminating the lease. The library board is still asking for community members to voice their opinions before they bring their proposals to the commissioners. And the owner of West Coast Game Park has been indicted for more than 370 charges following a criminal investigation. 53-year-old Brian Teeney and 30-year-old Edith Beckner were arrested on warrants with more than 350 charges each, most of them being animal neglect in the second degree. Teeney was arrested by Bandon police late Friday night, but the Coos County Sheriff's Office says Teeney was released on Monday after posting bail. And police say the charges are related to Oregon State's police investigation into the West Coast Game Park. Teeney was previously arrested by the Coos County Sheriff's Office back in May after police seized more than 300 animals from the park along with meth, cocaine, more than $1 million, and dozens of firearms. And new this morning, the California Highway Patrol says they plan to have all available officers out on patrol this Labor Day weekend, and the CHP's annual Labor Day holiday enforcement period will begin this Friday at 6:01 p.m. and conclude on Monday at midnight. Now, this aligns with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. CHP encourages the public to report suspected impaired drivers by calling 911. Emphasizing that such calls could save lives. And with Labor Day travel approaching, Caltrans District 2 is alerting drivers that the Collier Rest area will be closed. Located on I-5 just north of Wairika, this rest area has been closed since early this month due to lightning knocking out critical water and wastewater systems. Crews are working to reopen the rest area in the coming weeks. And crews rescued an injured hiker near Rainy Falls this last Sunday, a spot where other hikers have been rescued from before. Rural Metro Fire, AMR, and Josephine County Search and Rescue spent nearly 5 hours getting the hiker out of the steep trail about 1.5 miles from Graves Creek Bridge. The hiker was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Officials are reminding hikers that rescues in remote areas can take time, so bringing extra water can truly be a lifesaver.